Yellow Productions presents
Luray Caverns. Luray Caverns is located about 2 miles to the west of Washington, D.C. It is the largest cavern on the East Coast, and a word to the wise, bring your Giant card if you're coming from Giant supermarkets and save yourself 50% off the second person's admission.
Admission fees regularly are $23 per adult, and although a bit expensive, are definitely worth it to visit this natural landmark. To head down into the cave, you descend a flight of 74 stairs and then follow a self-guided audio tour approximately an hour through the cave. The path through the cave follows a figure 8 pattern and runs for 1.25 miles, with the deepest point being 168 feet underground, a little more than 16 stories deep.
There are 3 main types of formations in the cavern. There are stalactites from the ceiling, stalagmites from the floor, and by far the most interesting formation is the drapery. No windows, but there are drapes.
The deepest point of the cavern is here in the Hall of Giants, with the bride and groom column in the middle, called such because there was a stalactite that grew from the ceiling to join a stalactite from the ground, and they became bride and groom. A very cool optical illusion that happens in the cavern is here at Dream Lake, a lake that is only 18 inches deep, but because the water is perfectly still, it reflects the ceiling perfectly. You can only tell it's a lake when the water from the ceiling drops in it, and you see the rings of water that propagate. The most bizarre thing in the cavern has to be the Stalactite Organ, an organ that is connected to 38 stalactites with rubber hammers that play notes. The music you hear in the background, that's the Stalactite Organ. But the audio guide tells us the most memorable part of the cavern are the broken off stalagmites right here that people often recognize as something different.
Fried eggs!
That's right, fried eggs are the most memorable part of Luray Caverns. Once you're done checking out the caverns, outside is the Cafe and Country Store, the Car and Caravan Museum, and a garden maze.
Luray Caverns. Cavernous, indeed.